Zelle is one of the most popular ways to send money instantly in the United States. Many people use it every day because it is fast, convenient, and built directly into many banking apps. But as simple as it looks, Zelle also comes with several disadvantages that most users do not realize until they run into a problem. In this video, I'll break down the key issues you need to know before relying on Zelle for your personal or business transfers. Understanding these drawbacks will help you decide whether Zelle is the right payment option for you or if you should consider alternatives. First, Zelle does not offer buyer protection. If you pay someone for a product or a service and the person disappears, sends something fake, or refuses to deliver, Zelle cannot refund your money. This is one of the biggest risks, especially when buying items from strangers online, on social media, or local marketplaces. With platforms like PayPal or credit cards, you can dispute a transaction. With Zelle, once the money goes through, it is gone. This is why many banks warn users not to send money to anyone they do not completely trust. Second, Zelle transfers cannot be cancelled once they are completed. If you send money to the wrong person, the wrong email address, or a wrong phone number, Zelle cannot reverse it. The only hope is that the receiver agrees to send the money back. If they refuse, there is nothing Zelle or your bank can do. This creates a major risk, especially for people who send money quickly or multitask while making payments. Third, Zelle is not designed for business transactions, even though people still try to use it for that purpose. Many banks only support Zelle for personal transfers. Using it for business payments can violate your bank's terms. If anything goes wrong, the bank will not provide any protection or support. This makes it a risky option for freelancers or small business owners who need clear payment records and customer dispute procedures. Fourth, Zelle has become a major target for scams. Criminals know that Zelle payments are instant and irreversible, so they create fake bank alerts, pretend to be customer service agents, or trick people into sending money for fake investments, rentals, or online purchases. Even if you were tricked or pressured into sending money, most banks still treat it as an authorized transaction and will not refund it. This is different from credit cards and debit cards, where fraud protections are much stronger. Another disadvantage is that Zelle is limited to the United States. If you need to send money internationally, Zelle is not an option at all. You would need to use services like PayPal, Wise, Western Union, or your bank's international transfer feature. For people who often send money to family or friends in other countries, Zelle simply cannot help. Zelle also has daily and weekly limits. These limits vary depending on your bank, but for many users, the maximum they can send in a day is between $500 and $2,500. If you need to make large transfers, such as paying rent, buying a used car, or settling medical bills, Zelle may not allow the full amount. While some banks offer higher limits, there is no universal standard, which can be frustrating. Another issue is that Zelle does not work with all banks. Although it supports many major institutions, some smaller banks and credit unions are not part of the network. In those cases, you must download the standalone Zelle app, and your transfer limits may be much lower than those offered by participating banks. Privacy is another concern. When you send money with Zelle, the recipient can see your full name and sometimes your email or phone number. If you're dealing with someone you do not know well, that may feel uncomfortable. PayPal and some other platforms offer more privacy layers. Zelle fraud policies are also inconsistent between banks. Some banks may refund money in rare cases, while others will not investigate at all. This lack of consistency makes it harder for users to know what to expect if something goes wrong. Finally, Zelle is not ideal for record keeping. If you are paying for services, keeping business accounts, or tracking expenses, Zelle's system does not offer detailed invoices, receipts, or transaction notes. You only get a simple confirmation, which may not be enough for taxes or financial reports. In summary, Zelle is convenient for fast payments between people you fully trust. But it is not designed for business transactions, purchases from strangers, or any situation where you need protection or the ability to dispute a payment. The lack of buyer protection, the irreversible transfers, and the rising number of scams make it important to use Zelle cautiously. Always confirm details before sending money, avoid using it for buying goods from strangers, and consider safer alternatives when you need more protection. If you plan to use Zelle regularly, understanding these disadvantages will help you avoid costly mistakes and choose the safest payment option for your needs.